Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Rewind that. It's your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Tonight we are going over the latest episode of Raising Kanan, season 3, episode number 2, called Flip Mode. And if you're like me, and you are a Busta Rhymes fan, it's kind of hard not to say flip mode without saying flip mode squad. But anyway, we're going to get right into this. First, I'm going to say hello to some of the people that were already here. Stanley Powell, Daria, Shanice Millette, So Iconic, hey. And J Mac was in the building and Rashonda. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be more people coming and also support gaming. Let's get right into this episode, guys. Let's not waste any time. Oh, and Queen is here. Hey, girl. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. So, you know, the episode starts off with Unique and Rock, and it's like they really out here spending more time together. And I'm just like, are y'all freaking kidding me? You know what I'm saying? Like, really, she seems like she's really like liking him, chumming up to him, and all of that, guys. Okay, now we find out that they have been at this thing for 2 weeks. Okay. Meanwhile, Pernessa is at home suffering because she's scared of Ronnie. Okay? I mean, can we just not forget about that? We're going to talk more about that later as well. Okay. What's up? Little Rock is in the building. AG, Joshua Waen, Big Wolf Status, LSW, Stephen Harris. Hey. All right, y'all. So listen. Anyway, Stefano's crew just comes bussing through the door. They kind of like, I think they broke her door clearly. All right. And they pretty much abduct Rock and Unique. All right. Now, all of this drama is done just so Stefano can ask Rock to take out Sal. I'm like, really? You gonna do all of that? Like that makes no sense. I mean, Rock even said it, like, this is not how we do things. Okay, like what is happening here? All right. But in reality, guys, I said that Stefano asked Rock to take out Sal, but that's not really the case, okay? Like, he wasn't asking because he basically told her that she had no choice, right? He was like, if you don't take out Sal, we're going to line up me and the rest of the 5 families along with Sal, and we're going to take out you and your family. So it's like, of course, what the heck is she going to do? You know what I'm saying? Now she has to do it. But before all this, guys, Stefano was going on and on about, how the blacks have better nicknames than they do, right? Because when he saw Unique, he was like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? And he says, I'm Unique. And he said, unique. I mean, I tell you, these moolies, I wasn't feeling that. I was not feeling the whole moolie reference and, referring to, Rock and Unique as you people. I tell you, how come they always have the best names and all of this stuff? And he was like, um, like I said, guys, I mean, I didn't like this. First of all, this is Tony Danza, and I love Tony Danza. I done told y'all that already. So I was uncomfortable with even watching him do all of this. Like normally watching, the mob movies and Italians and stuff like that. And he shows they often are very racist. Like some Italians can be incredibly racist on these shows, but in these movies, but at the same time, like I just wasn't feeling this, and you could see that it also made Rock and Unique very uncomfortable as well. But he was like, what, we get stuck with all the names, they call me the big fish, and you got the Chin and Scarface and all, and he goes into the black names, like you got what do you say, a Fat Cat and King of Pop. I was like, you know what? Don't get mad at us because we got better creativity. Like just don't be swagger jacking. Don't get mad. Just give us the props where it's due. You know what I'm saying? All right. But he tells Unique to give him a nickname. And of course, Unique, he got this smart mouth on him. And he says, this ninja want me to be his effing daddy and give him a name. And you could see that Stefano, like that caught him off guard. First of all, it probably wasn't even the fact that he said, he want me to give him a name, like he want me to be his daddy and give him a name. It was probably the fact that he called him the N-word. Like let's be clear, that was probably the rudest thing to him. So of course this earns him a punch in the face, and I was glad that that's all they did, because he really could have gotten himself taken out. All right, guys. All right, so let's move on. What's up, JT? All right. So let's, like I said, he got punched in the face. Um, but like the rest of the time, guys, like Stefano showed Unique that he had no respect for him, because he called him everything that started with a U except for his actual name. It was a little humorous to me, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even if he wasn't saying it to his face, like he was referencing it and all that, when he talked about Unique, he didn't say Unique. He said stuff like ubiquitous or unprecedented, and stuff like that. And then Unique called him Little Linguini, and he was like, "You about to get cooked." All right. So anyway, like I said, Rock has to accept this job now. All right, guys. She doesn't have a choice. She has to take out Sal. She claims that she's out the game. She's telling everybody she's out the game. We're going to talk more about that later. But she is telling everybody she's out the game. And he's like, okay, I don't think so, or whatever. She said, me and Sal, we're going to sit down. We're going to talk it out, whatever. But, like I said, he tells her, if you don't do it, then we're going to take you out. You know what I'm saying? And so before she agrees, and accepts the job, she makes sure that, well, I don't want to say before she agrees. She agrees, but she made sure that she did not miss the opportunity to tell Stefano that the mob is more scandalous than any ninja on the South Side. And that is a fact, guys, okay? And I'll talk more about that later as well. Okay, so meanwhile, guys, we got Lulu and Marvin up in a club. And I'm just loving Marvin's role lately, guys, especially in this moment right here, okay? Because you got Lulu being the alcoholic little brother, ordering up the drinks, yelling and roughing up the waiter because Lulu made a mistake and bumped into him, and starts yelling at him like, you know where you going, blah, blah, blah. You can't just handle the drinks. That's your only job. How hard is that? Acting stupid, okay? But, he wanted to take it out on the waiter. All his problems, all his anger, he wants to take it out on him, okay? But while all of this is going on, you got Marvin, who is, he's just sitting back. He's refusing a drink, and he's just scoping out the scene, right? And of course, he had to calm Lulu down from the roughing up the waiter and all that stuff. But like I said, guys, I like that Marvin understands. Well, I didn't say this, but I'm saying it now. Marvin understands, guys, his assignment. Like, he got to be the one on point, because Lulu is truly good for nothing right now, okay? So somebody got to be watchful, right? And while Marvin is being sober and vigilant, he sees these two white guys who keep eyeing him from the balcony or whatever, right? Come to find out, they're just some dudes who wanted drugs, okay? But they was really like stalking him. I was like, what the heck is going on here? It made it pretty interesting, but just to find out it was nothing, it was funny, okay? Hopefully it really wasn't anything. Now, we later find out that this might be a little business opportunity, a little hustle for Marvin, okay? Because they're willing to pay a lot more for them drugs, okay, in Manhattan. Like, they talking about a couple $100 for a gram. Okay, and so I'm like, all right, now this might be something good for old Marvin. All right, and I thought the scene was kind of funny in the bathroom as well, because the guys were caught off guard. They didn't really know what to say, because Marvin, he could be very he's just who he is, and he's like, these white boys don't even know what the F they mean, So he's making them uncomfortable, and he's like, oh, we're sorry, we just thought that this and that. Oh, because I'm black, I sell drugs. It was just hilarious. But of course you got to love Marvin for those moments. Okay, what's up, OT Lungs and Hope Lee? Okay, so let me see where else I'm at. All right, so I guess that Juke, she had to pay her respects by standing outside of Burke's service, right? Because she didn't go inside. I mean, obviously, why would she? But that was her way of paying her little respects and things like that. She was watching from across the street. She saw Howard standing there and everything, and then it's kind of like when she saw him, she just kind of walked off and everything. But later on, we see her signing up for the military. All right. Now we saw last week's episode, the lady counselor, whoever she was, said something to Juke about this. All right. But now Juke is ready to sign up. But she's annoyed with how long the process takes. And guys, at this point, I don't blame Juke for wanting to get the heck out of Queens. You know, if I'm in her mind, I feel like as far as she's concerned, she's seen a lot of death. And if you really think about it, I did explain this in my first reaction recap with my members that the people that have died so far, like, of course there were way more people, but I'm talking about people like her mom and Burke and Nicole. Those were people that she was either close to or getting close to, right? Or didn't have any issues with. You know, she didn't have no issues with Burke. For her to tell her to watch her back, she clearly liked the lady. All right. So I'm just getting that vibe from her that she's just tired. Like, I need to get the heck up out of here before somebody else, before I lose someone else that I love. And I know that everybody is always saying that. That's the thing that's gonna push her over the edge. I mean, look, they're doing it slowly though, guys. You know what I'm saying? And now we see her getting closer to her Uncle Lulu. And that ain't gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? So just, let it ride, guys. Let it be a nice and slow burn, baby. Come on now. All right, so let's get back to Burke's service, y'all. Oh my goodness, come on now. Can we give this man a freaking Oscar or what? Woo! Child, all I gotta say is that Detective Howard is one of them true snakes, okay? Because he gave a heck of a eulogy. It was moving, sad, and definitely believable. You know what I'm saying? At first though, I was like, slow down, bro, slow down, Howard. You know what I'm saying? Don't say too much, because he was like, he ain't like how Burke used to be challenging him and questioning him all the time. And I was like, yo, you kind of like, you I feel like you giving off a little bit of animosity. Like, won't you take it easy, bro? You know what I'm saying? Um, but he cleans it up nice at the end when he said that it challenged him to be a better man. And then the way he just kind of flipped everything was like, she was hard on herself and everything like that. And if she would have just known how, valued she was amongst us all, we wouldn't be here today. I was like, woo, boy, you a dangerous man, okay? You are dangerous. And the one thing, like in real life about situations like this, but now see, he made it look like it was, an S, okay? But with deletions in life, right? Especially, in the streets or in the mob, whatever, like, you got people that actually did the crime, like they did the person in and they show up to the funeral, like, and that's just so like, that's one of the most disgusting things to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was watching an interview the other day with Sammy the Bull, and he was talking about how, like, he didn't really have remorse for his first kill, but when he got to the funeral, watching the family cry and things like that made him feel bad. And I'm just like, straight monster. Okay. All right, guys. So next we got Marv and Rock. They sit down, and she has to let him know, and they're talking about the hit on Sal. And when Marv says so, they want to put their own man down. Rock responds by saying, these meatball mother lovers always talking about how they got a code and rules and ish. Meanwhile, they just finding loopholes to stab each other in the back. And I could not agree more, which is the reason why when she told what's his name, when she told Stefano that they, y'all more scandalous than folks on the South Side, I said I'm gonna get back to that. So in this moment, guys, it just really made me remember that when we were covering Get Gotti, I was telling the panel that it seems like you gotta walk on eggshells in the mob, right? Because any move that you don't even think is wrong could offend someone. They just be, it's almost like they be looking for a reason to take you out, and like, I don't want to keep on going back to Get Gotti or whatever, but this is talking about the mob. So this is the reason why I'm going back to it. There were when they were reviewing the tapes with Sammy the Bull and John Gotti, Gotti was heard on the tapes talking about Sammy the Bull. Now, this is supposed to be his right-hand man, this man who's supposed to be so loyal to him. Sammy's so loyal to him, all of this stuff, doing all of this stuff for this man, fixing trials and all of this stuff. And you hear him talking trash about him on The Wire. And it's like, why though? The only reason why he's mad is because Sammy's making all this money. You know, he's opening up businesses here, unions here, this, that, and the third. And it's like, who he hurting by doing that though? So it's just like, if they get mad at you for whatever, it's up. And it's just like, it don't make no sense. Like, I wouldn't dare want to be in the freaking mob. Like, it's just like dumb to me. What's up, Deshaun? Let me see. And for real, JB Game and TV. I know he's playing a character, but hearing Tony Danza say "Mooly hurt my fit," it did for real. Like, I was feeling the same way. Like, I'm not really feeling this. And normally, I always separate the actors. I'm sorry, the actors. I can do that. But Tony Danza, like, I was like, no, how can he say this? But I know it's just acting, but whatever. All right, guys. So yeah, like I said, that whole thing, you know, this code that they so-called have, it ain't real. It's not a real code, because they be the same one. I even said this on Sunday's panel. I said when whatchamacallit, Stefano said to Sal, like, you just go, if your problem fixing days are over, you just go over to Jersey, fix some problems over there. You could see some type of relief in Sal, like, whew, thank God, like, I'm in the clear. But it's like, no, you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll make you feel like you're in the clear. Meanwhile, they gonna come for you. And that's Snake likes too. Like, why you got me putting my guard down? Like, of course, I guess that's what they want. They want you to put the guard down, right? And also, just like we watched Goodfellas and you saw Tommy, they trapped him into thinking he was about to get made. Meanwhile, it was a whole ploy to lure him in so he could get one in the back of the head. It's just done. Like, just be real about it. Y'all so, serious about this code. Oh, you don't ever want to delete another boss. You don't ever want to mess with a made man's wife, another made man's wife. You don't want to snitch. Meanwhile, y'all snaking each other like the whole time. Nobody's really friends. It's dumb. So anyway, so now we got this whole thing, like I said, she has to give the job to take out Sal. Rock has to give that job to Marvin, okay? Because a hitman used to be what is her brother? The other brother's name, Lulu, the one who's good for nothing now, okay? So now before she tells him, listen, Marvin, you can't miss. You know what I'm saying? But before all this, right, before he leaves, he lets Rock know that there are a few keys left over from Baisley, and he wanted to know if he could move some in Manhattan and, break her off with some of the proceeds. But Rock says, nah, I'm good. As long as you ain't moving nothing around the way, you good. Keep the money, right? Plus, we about to make it all back after we do this hit on Sal. And so I was like, oh, okay, that was nice of her, to just let her brother keep the money and all of that. That's what's up, okay? We're going to talk about that whole, like, as long as you ain't doing nothing around the way statement. You know what I'm saying? Because this chick right here, y'all, she's up to something. We gonna talk. I don't even know what the heck to talk about, but we gonna touch on it. How about that? All right. So next, y'all, we got Adina, who ain't nobody trying to hear her. Nobody's trying to hear her, okay? Like, she's trying to tell Captain Burke that's, something that Detective Burke done told her, or basically just something about Detective Burke. Like, there's something you need to know, but he wasn't trying to hear her. I guess maybe because he just wasn't with the fact that they were lesbians or something like that. It seems like that, like, that's the kind of vibe that I was getting from him. Okay. Now, meanwhile, you got Detective Howard in the background staring Adina down like a freaking murderous psycho, giving me vibes like, chick, you're next. Like, don't do not make me, like, don't let me catch you saying some stuff that you shouldn't be saying, because you're next. All right. I mean, he was really like, what was that movie where he was like he was like really crazy? I think it was, what was that? Fatal Affair or something like that with Nia Long. Yo, he know how to act crazy, y'all. Okay, he know how to act crazy. But anyway, so we also see that later on, Adina tries to tell Captain Burke, as I'm sorry, I said Captain Burke already. I meant Captain Baptiste, who I like to call Captain Chocolate. Okay, now she tries to tell him whatever info that she has. Okay, now we don't know if it's just the same old info that we saw Burke saying. Listen, if something happens to me, it's probably not what it looks like. Or we could go with my theory where Burke actually left her a message or called her and said, I'm going to meet with Detective Howard. I like my theory better because I feel like it's going to bring more of a, more drama to the story or whatever. But because they didn't let her talk, I was like, oh my gosh, would you just let her talk? I just want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully they could show another scene where she's kind of like stressing out about it, and we hear her kind of like play back the message and everything, and she hears Burke's voice and stuff, and she's crying and she's drinking her wine while Burke tells her, listen, Adina, I'm going over to meet Detective Howard, and I know you don't believe me and everything, but I'm about to prove everything to you and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? I just would like that because I'm very curious right now. Okay. But anywho, guys, let's move right on along. Okay. We don't know how long Adina's gonna last or if she's gonna really be trying to dig in, because listen, Detective, I'm sorry, not Detective. What's his name? Captain Chocolate. Because if I can't get Baptiste out quick, I'm gonna just say Captain Chocolate. So he tells her, listen, even speaking Burke's name, like I don't want to hear nothing. Even speaking her name is a felony at this point. So just stop. Let her rest in peace. I don't want to hear it. Like her BS has IAD. Like they're gonna be wrapped up for 18 months. Like that's what it is. I don't want to hear it. All right. And that's just that. Okay. So let's move on, y'all. So now we see Kanan, who he sees this dude named Paul running this hustle with a few boys on the block, and he's asking Paul all these questions about how much the couriers make and how many jobs he gets a day. And Paul's like, I'm not about to play 20 questions with you. Or I was like, I'm gonna say 21 questions because of 50 Cent, right? Now, you want the work or not. Okay. And Kanan says, nah, we good. And for me, guys, if I was famous, I would have been like, what you mean we? I'm about to go and make some money, okay? Especially since we got freaking, not to say that getting money from these people is gonna necessarily get the eviction notice taken care of, but like if you keep continue to go make that money, every day, that might help. You know what I'm saying? You can't make this kid dictate how you gonna make your money. He already told him that he didn't want to get back into the game. He want no parts of the street life. So why in the world would you just allow Kanan to be like, yeah, we we good? Like, bro, please, this is my apartment, first of all. Okay. Now, anyway, y'all, so we already know that Kanan wants no parts of this because he knows how to make fast money. That type of money, that honest money, that slow money, he ain't with it. So um but I will say this, he was asking all them questions so that he can come up with his own plan, as we saw later on, and what he thought was a sweet deal for Paul to get down with. And Kanan's plan is not bad. Okay. Like I said this when I talked to my members in the recap, that I never, ever, ever denied that Kanan was a bright young man and that he definitely has good ideas. I just don't think that he has enough experience to carry out the plans to be successful. Put it that way. Okay. Like, yeah, it may start off okay, but because you didn't really do the full blueprint or the layout, or you didn't really think about contingency plans, or okay, if this goes wrong, we're going to do this. And, because he doesn't have the experience, the fact that he doesn't have experience is what I feel like will always get him jammed up at the end of the day, because he's trying to like go full force instead of learning. I say that all the time, y'all. Anyway, so let's see what else we got. I just want to make sure that I'm on track. All right, guys. So we also see that the feds they come by the Sal's house to tell him that they heard his associates talking on a wire and they wanted to assassinate him. That this is what they want to do. This is what your friends want to do. They want to assassinate you. Okay. And so they're like, in order for us to protect you, we want you to cooperate. And so I was like, yeah, we're done here. Okay, that ain't happening. But you see how the feds be knowing stuff, guys, and still allow things to go down. Like, they are the dirtiest of them all, like straight crooks. They're hearing, well, we saw that in Get Gotti as well. Like, they heard stuff, okay, and they didn't interfere. They didn't interfere because if it's gonna mess with their case, they're not gonna interfere. If it's gonna blow the wire, they're not gonna interfere. So they let these dudes freaking delete each other and all of that stuff. But if it's too soon, we don't have enough evidence to take the whole mob down or take down the big fish or whatever. We're not gonna blow our cover. That's how they do. They are the biggest freaking crooks of them all. Okay. Very, very sad. Anyway, let's see where else we at. All right, guys. So now we got this scene right here where Nicole comes home and she sees Mr. Did she say is the Burcham? Whatever. This is Nicole's father. And, she sees him talking to her dad. And it was kind of funny also seeing Marvin and Nicole's dad bugging out. They're drinking the beer together. And he's like, oh, the tape is so good. They're going to knock, it's going to knock your socks off. Marvin trying to act like he ain't know nothing about the tape, child. He saw the daggone tape. But okay, Marvin. And he's like, yeah, I never had my socks knocked off. I wonder how that feel or whatever. Okay, so, cool moments. And then, you get Juke coming home and he's telling her about the competition and all of that because he heard from a friend. And she's like, thank you. He tries to give her the information and she's like, thank you, but I don't sing no more. And her father is like, since when you stopped singing? You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't even know how to process that. And she didn't have anything to say during that time. And I guess he just kind of wanted to leave it alone, Marvin, until Mr. Bingham left. So then when he left, he asked Juke, like, what are you talking about? You always wanted to sing since you came out of your mother. Like, why won't you take this opportunity? And she's like, I just don't want to sing anymore. And he's like, what? And so what do you want to do? And she's like, I don't know yet, And that was just that. And, Marvin is so funny because when something bothers him, he's always breathing. So he was like, so clearly it is kind of bothering him a little bit that his daughter don't want to try to take this opportunity, but he's just like, I'm not going to say it got him like super angry, but it probably like, brought up some type of emotion, because he was like, okay, come on now, you just relax. All right. But anyway, guys, Juke, she's going through it. One thing I would say about Juke is that, the way she deals with her pain it's different. It's different. Like, you're not going to see her crying all over the place. Like, of course, you will see her shed a tear every now and then, but you're not going to see that all the time. And she's not going to like stay in the room. She has done that. She's had her days where she's kind of just like in the room or whatever, but it's like more now she's kind of like going through the motions of the day to day, and you won't really know what's going through her mind. And then it comes out in these kind of decisions where it's like, okay, I don't want to dream anymore. Might as well. That's what she might as well say. I don't want to dream anymore. I'm about to just give up my dreams. You know what I'm saying? Because this life is crazy. I'm about to just give up my dreams and I'm going to, I don't know, join the freaking military. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to just take it one day at a time. Anyway, so where are we now? So guys, we got Pernessa. Oh my goodness, child. Who tries to tell Unique again that Ronnie is creeping her out. And Little Rome too. So he's not just creeping me out. In case you don't give a crap about me, he's not just creeping me out. He's creeping out your son. All right. She goes on to tell him this little story about how little Rome went downstairs and he saw his uncle staring at the TV, and it wasn't on. Okay. So, this man is looking really crazy and he's looking really scary. And I'm getting tired of Unique brushing her off. Okay. Brushing her off, and it's starting to concern me a bit, guys. Okay. Now, Unique, he tells Pernessa that Ronnie is quiet and that's all. Okay. And as soon as we about to get some work, so basically we about to be out your hair. Ronnie's going to be out your hair because I'm going to get us both some work. All right. And, you and little Rome, y'all going to be straight. Okay. But guys, the fact that they keep showing, and when I say they, I'm talking about the writers, the fact that they keep showing us how concerned Pernessa is, I'm starting to think that something is going to happen between her and Ronnie. And it would be really, really sad if he deleted her, like seriously. But I definitely wouldn't mind if it went the other way and Pernessa had to delete Ronnie in self-defense. Okay. But regardless, guys, something tells me that we haven't seen the last of this daggone situation. There is no way that we've seen the last of it. This is the second time this lady has explained, or I'm sorry, not explained, expressed that she is scared of this man and this man is creeping her out. Okay? So that's just that. Hope Lee says she needs to move before Ronnie does something. Yeah, she needs to get the heck out. Like, that's just that. You gotta go. You gotta go. Devin said it probably hurt him because all he knows what makes her happy is singing. Yeah, that's true. Sorry, I should have highlighted that while we were talking about that part. All right, guys. So that's that with the whole Ronnie thing and Pernessa. Like, I just don't feel good about it. Something is definitely gonna happen, in my opinion. Okay. All right. Now, let me tell you something. I think it would be even worse, right? She's warning him, and I ain't want to go this route, but she's warning him, and she keeps saying, I'm scared, I'm scared. And the fact that she brought up the son this time. Now, if something happens to that son because of Ronnie, oh my gosh. Then, Unique is going to be freaking, really lose it, of course. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, y'all. All right. He was already in the daggone shootout and he was ready to just, All right. So next, guys, Rock comes by with the car for Kanan, clearly trying to buy her way back into his heart. Okay. But she dropped the ball when she doesn't keep it real about what happened to Burke. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about this, guys. I will first talk about the comparison because what happens is, he's saying, you hearing what they saying about that cop, and she was like, who, Howard's partner? And he's like, yeah, he said they saying that she, offs herself and everything. And he said, you think that's true? And she was like, well, just like they be effing with us, they be effing with themselves, like their minds are jacked up or whatever. So he's like, so you really think that she did that? She deleted herself, right? Like Scrap. And she said, yeah, like Scrap. And once she said that, he pulls over because he knows that she's straight lying about Scrap. Pulls over. I had enough. When I'm ready to get a car, this is a nice car, but when I want a car, I'm gonna buy me one. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, Rock, you definitely missed the opportunity. You definitely did. Like, you bought this car. It was a very, smart little way of trying to, get your son to talk to you, this and that, y'all. You got him in the car, you going for a ride, and he's opening up to you, or he's asking you a question. He's not giving you the silent treatment or nothing like that. You got him where you want him, kind of, and you should have just told the truth. Now, here's this thing right here. Okay, like, maybe you could say, well, Rock may not know, you know what I'm saying, if she was really deleted by Howard and Howard set it up. Maybe Rock don't know that. But do you really believe that? Do you really believe that Rock doesn't know that Howard put Burke down? Like, come on now. And then the crazy thing is, Kanan over here, the one that basically gave the order, You know what I'm saying? And then you had that last glance between I'm gonna say Burke. What is his name? That last glance between Howard and Rock, basically saying like, yeah, it was like a confirmation type of glance. Like all y'all know what it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? So that, like I said, to me, that was her missed opportunity. But if I'm gonna be an advocate of Rock, I will also say this. Now, maybe she's looking at it like, how much can I really trust Kanan with this information? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's lying, but does she feel like she could be honest with him? A part of me, because here's the thing. If she's smart and this chick is in the game and she's where she is for a reason, right? If she's smart, she ain't ever supposed to talk about that, because she's not supposed to know that if Howard did this, right? She ain't supposed to talk about it or act like she have any knowledge or anything, because then that implicates her. What the heck am I talking about it for? We got to act like none of that happened. What are we talking about? Yeah, she offed herself. Hello. We don't talk about that. You better treat it like Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. No. Hey, that song is too it's too catchy. Anyway, so to be her advocate, that's what I got to say about that. Like, why am I gonna? No, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing, honey. Yeah, she offed herself. Now to go back and be an advocate for Kanan, I'll say this. Right, Big Wolf. It should have never been a discussion in the first place. Like, we're not gonna talk about it. She's gone. That's that. Why are we talking about it? All right. So, but to be his advocate, you do see in this moment why he really took to Tariq. Like, remember when Tariq got in the car, like, yo, I hate my father, this and that. He be lying to me. That's all they do is lie to me. My parents, my family, whatever he was saying, that's all they do is lie. Everybody be lying. You know what I'm saying? And he decided, like, he gonna tell. I mean, what the heck was he gonna lose anyway? He was gonna tell, be open and tell Tariq the truth and stuff like that. I mean, I felt like there was some selective things that he was telling them, of course, to help Ghost look bad in Tariq's eyes. But anyway, that's just how I felt about it. But you can definitely see why they kind of like, had that bond, and why grown Kanan took to Tariq, because even in this moment right here, Kanan is tired of people lying to him. Now, another thing is, like, for me, I'm also feeling like, well, Rock, you already kind of like, you told him that you put his boy D Wiz down. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it ain't, it's gonna be that big of a deal. But still, this is different. Like, we not talking about this. She was a problem solved. That's it. There's no more discussion. And this is a part of the life that Kanan needs to understand. And this is what people be talking about with this kid. There's just certain things that's like, you're not supposed to ask these kind of questions. What's done is done. So there we go. Back at that part. I'm back on Rock's side with it. You shouldn't be asking these kind of questions. And Rock could have said, hey, I'm gonna tell you the truth. But I think she did the right thing. As far as keeping him out of jail and playing it safe, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to lie to you again, son. I don't know nothing. That's that. Sorry. Yeah, she stay lying, but it is what it is. All right, let's move on. I feel like I was on that for a little while. All right, so guys, we also see that the feds are all over the freaking place, guys. Like, they're setting up shop at the precinct, and I just smell all kind of trouble with this. I really do. Okay, like the task force is involved as well. So one misstep on the streets, guys, and it's gonna be a freaking huge problem. All right, which is why this is not the best time for Kanan to be trying to set up his little operation. It's just not. Okay, and as you can see, Howard is worried as well. Now, of course, I don't think Howard would be looking this daggone worried if he hadn't just deleted his partner. I think he would be concerned a little bit, because he, because of the fact Kanan is his son, and he still wants to cover his tracks and all of that stuff, I think he would be like that as well. Like, I feel like he still would be a little concerned, but right now he is really like, he's worried. All right. Because any little move, any little question, any little pull into the office, this dude is gonna be like probably crapping his pants, ready to go to the bathroom and throw up. Like, I don't know. I feel bad for this dude. Not really, but a little bit. All right. Oh, Howard under pressure. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. He is so freaking scared. Howard's so worried he did a drive-by on Kane. Right. He's like, I need to go see what's going on. So he got a lot to worry about right now because it's just terrible. All right. So next we have Unique, who goes to Stefano. He goes to visit Stefano, okay? To Stefano's surprise, all right? And when Stefano, I be saying Stefano, whatever. So when Stefano sees Unique, he was like, well, if it ain't unusual himself, he's still at it with the disrespect. If it ain't unusual himself, and Unique says, Mr. Linguini, you know what I mean? They just get going at it, okay? Like, I love that Unique is like, I ain't scared. Like, what the heck you talking about? Just like when he first came into the shop, he told the dude, like, yeah, you better hold. If I was you, I'll hold that real close. Hold it real close because your little right finger or something like that is weak or whatever he said. That he was just like going in. It was just funny to me. Like, I'm just coming up in hand. I do not care by myself and what. But Unique, you're a little on the crazy side. I mean, whatever your brother was touched with, I mean, he got a lot of it and you got a little bit of it. It kind of makes you a little too brave. To the point where it's a bit stupid, but it is what it is, okay? Yeah, he was calling him ubiquitous. I think you missed it, OT, in the beginning when I was basically saying all the names that he was calling him. It was freaking hilarious. But yeah, he was just like, everything with a U except Unique. Like, I don't have no respect for you, fool. But we're gonna talk about that too, because I think all of that played into this whole situation right here, which I thought was pretty cool. All right, so now, like I said, you got Unique calling him Mr. Linguini, and so Unique is there, and he wants to talk privately with Stefano, and Stefano does say, like, after what transpired between us the other night, I'm really surprised to see you here. Like, I don't, I really don't know what it is. So, he's like, well, Unique, he says, well, I ain't about making friends. I'm about business. And so, Stefano was like, well, you're a man after my own heart and all of this stuff. So when they go to the back, Unique tells Stefano that he needs him to turn the faucet on for the heroin. All right. And Stefano says that while he admires Unique's moxie, he has other partners that he would have to get an okay from as well. All right. So before I move on, guys, I just want to say that Unique, in my opinion, definitely earned some respect from Stefano and vice versa, right? Because, at the end of the conversation, they both addressed, or before the conversation was over, they both addressed each other by their real names. Okay. There was no Mr. Linguini or unusual. It was Stefano and Unique. You know what I'm saying? And I think that another thing that kind of made Stefano respect Unique is the fact that Unique asked Stefano about those exotic fish. It might seem kind of strange to you guys, but Stefano loves those fish. You know what I'm saying? So as Stefano, he's explaining how the fish operate and all, and him and Unique, they're able to have a whole conversation about it, and that's how you get another person to listen to you. So Unique really came in, it was strong and smart as far as I'm concerned, right? Like, you got to show interest in the thing that they're interested in, right? Like, if you want to get a person's attention, you got to show that you're interested in their interest. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So respect to Unique for knowing how to get down to business and starting with some good combo. Like he said, I'm a Tony Danza. I'm just going to say Tony Danza for right now, because right now the names, he was like, yo, I'm a conversationalist. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of everything, Unique was saying, I'm a conversationalist as well. So, can you point me in the direction of your partners and stuff like that? So I do believe that Unique knows how to handle it. He knows what to say. You know what I'm saying? But here's what I want to talk about, y'all. So, they out back, right? So Stefano wants to know if Rock knows. Because that's the first question. When he was like, when Unique said, can you turn the faucet on? Stefano, he wanted to know if Rock knew that Unique was there. So Unique says, Rock's done. She's out. This part of the game don't concern her. All right. And Stefano, says, well, she told me the same thing, but I think it was BS. Do you believe her? And Unique is like, well, whether I believe her or not, that's not really the point. Does she believe herself? So for me, when I was first looking at this, I wasn't thinking that he was snaking Rock in any way. I feel like it's just business. And, like if Rock is telling everybody that she's out, like she's making her rounds, telling people she's out. She's telling the mob boss that she's out. She's telling Unique that she's out. She's telling her brothers, her family that she's out. I didn't really feel like he did anything wrong with this. But when you go back to how Marvin handled the situation, where he kind of went to her and he was like, yo, but Marvin's situation is different as well, because that's her product. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like if Unique was using her product and didn't tell her, you know what I'm saying, you over here making money over the rest of her product, that would be really grimy, so Marvin telling her like, yo, I'd like to make a move and do this and that, and she gave him the blessing. It kind of made me wonder, would she be upset if she found out that Unique is just moving forward? I don't think she should be mad. I don't think she should be mad. But here's my thing. When she told Marvin, as long as you ain't moving nothing around the way, it kind of made me wonder, like, what the heck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Why you don't want him to move nothing around the way? Is it because it's too hot? Or is it because you got other plans? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of stuff that got me wondering with Rock. Like I'm just like, girl, I don't know. So let me see what some of you guys are talking about. Big Wolf Status says Stefano got to know Unique and Rock are knocking boots. Ain't that gonna be a problem with them working together? I have no idea. We all know Rock is not going to be out the game. Yeah, that's the facts. So I kind of said she definitely has other plans. She really does. And I'm just like, I just want to know, what's the other plans? What's the other plans? Mike Conley said, I think because it's too hot. Your queen, hey. So her people don't get addicted. All right, y'all. Let me see where I'm at with this. Okay. All right, guys. So we have Sal, who, he's got his last moments with his wife. And I thought that was kind of sad. I'm just kind of glossing over it because I just don't want to talk about that. But there's so many things that was going on in this episode that I'm just like, okay, let me just, go over that really quickly. I just hate the way Power does this, right? They'll take somebody that you don't give a crap about and they will make you feel something like behind, because they're about to get deleted. They will make you feel something, and I'm just like, really? So you gonna show us this man with his wife and, they're going to the christening and I was just like, yo, I cannot deal with them. I really, really can't. I can't deal with them. Like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? So I was very kind of annoyed because I'm just like, I don't care about Sal, but now you over here showing me his life and now you got me all in my feelings. Like, could we just delete the man and move the heck on? Like, we didn't care about this. Oh my gosh. It was sad. Like I feel like the people that, like me, who felt some type of way behind it, I feel like they kind of did us dirty, because it was like, really? Why'd you do that? Freaking jerks. They try to do that with Burke as well, but I was like, nope. Maybe I felt a tiny bit like, I'm not gonna lie. When when they were showing like playing the music and everything at Burke's service, I was like, oh gosh, come on. Yeah, I was kind of feeling something. I'm not gonna lie, because it just kind of made it a little sad. But I was just like, listen, I'm not doing this. I don't care. I still don't care. I'm glad she's gone. I don't care. We had enough of her. All right. Meanwhile, guys, we got Marvin who goes to ask Lulu for his help. Like, he's like, I need your help. We're not putting nobody down. I just need you to be a lookout. Okay. And when Lulu finds out that it's for Rock, he says, I can't F with it. Close the door. Good luck. I'm like, yo, he is totally done. Totally done. So there you have that. R.I.P. Sal. Let me see. I felt nothing but only that's unfortunate. I felt more for Sal than Burke. Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely. They showing Sal and the family. He just lost his son. The son done left a baby behind. The wife is like, you got to promise me you're going to be there. I'm like, oh my gosh. What do they say? Marona mia, something like that. Whatever they be saying. I hope I said it right. I don't know. Anyway. Let me get off this thing. Your queen said you knew he wasn't making it to the Christian, but did, right? And I was saying that too. I said, "Oh, girl, I'm so sorry, boo. He's not making it to the Christian." And when she said you have to make it to the church, he knew it was going down at the church because they don't care about him no more. So, I don't think that it was that he didn't listen. I think it was just more like there's nothing he can do. He knew that there was nothing he could do. And he wasn't going to go out like a snitch because they wanted him to cooperate. He was like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm not going out like a snitch. And that was the choice that he made. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. Yeah, Renee says Sal wanted to be a man. It is coming, it's coming. You know what I mean? So it was just like, yeah, it is what it is. I'm going to be there. I'm going to do this last promise, honor this last promise to my wife, and it is what it is. So, all right, y'all, here we go. Moment I've been waiting for. Whew. So, Rock, she goes to meet with Joaquin and Juliana to tell them that she's out the game. Like I said, she's making her rounds, okay? Now, Joaquin says, this is hard to believe. And Juliana says, we can easily find out if you have a new supplier. And I was just like, girl, shut the heck up, okay? But anyway, Rock says, if I had a new supplier, I would tell you because I for dang sure ain't scared of you, okay? And I was like, yes, girl, get her, okay? So, they keep speaking Spanish in front of Rock, and Juliana tells Joaquin that Rock is lying. She's like, all lies and all this stuff. So Joaquin says, why should I care if she has a new supplier? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we trying to make an issue out of something that's not? And that was my thing. I'm just like, what is this? What's this girl's problem here? Why are you trying to make an issue out of something that's not? You just got this vendetta against this woman who got you out of your horrible marriage. Like, I just don't understand Juliana. Like, it's very, very irking for me. Okay. But anyway, so like I said, they're continuing to speak Spanish, and Juliana was like, you said yourself, this is what she's saying in Spanish. You said yourself that she's dangerous and she needs to know who she's dealing with, right? So that's basically your answer. You're saying that she's dangerous. So I'm telling you that she needs to know who she's dealing with. Like, her little danger ain't going to work over here. I'm going to always add my little 2 cents, guys, my little paraphrasing and my little interpretations. Okay. All right. So, like I said, they saying this in Spanish. And so Rock lets them know that she's been understanding them this whole freaking time, okay? She tells Juliana in Spanish that she knows exactly who she's dealing with. You the B I used to buy Newports from. And even Joaquin had to freaking laugh at that. And of course, I was loving it. Okay? So Joaquin, he wishes Rock, he wishes her luck and success and tells her that they would be happy to work with her again. So Rock says, well, if you see me again, it ain't gonna be about no happy, all right? And the fact that she looked right at Juliana when she said it, let it be known, like, chick, me and you got beef. So yeah, I'm just gonna I'm just letting you know we got beef. So if you see me again, you know how what Biggie said is when I see you guaranteed to be an ICU. Like, that's a problem. You don't want to see me again because it ain't gonna be about no happy. All right. So I was just loving this energy from Rock, like, because y'all know I cannot stand Juliana and what she's been about and how she, came about. You know what I'm saying? Rock done empowered you and everything, and now all of a sudden you done forgot. Anywho, so JB Gaming says hopefully by episode 5, Juliana is out of here. Yeah. What it is? I mean, I don't even know. I'm sorry. I was trying to read something else and I'm saying whatever. All right, guys. So, that's I think that's what's gonna happen. I'm hoping that, like JB Gaming says, Juliana's out of here. Somebody said, Devin said I give it episode 4. That'd be awesome, guys. Okay, yeah, just get her out of here, clap her up, wrap her up, and let's move it on. Okay, next, you know how it is. So now, like I said, Rock say, if I see you again, it ain't gonna be about no freaking happy. She looking right at Juliana, and Juliana needs to watch her back. But I don't think there's anything that she could do about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing you could do, girl. You don't set these wheels in motion. You know what I'm saying? You don't know a daggone thing about what you was getting involved in, but you still got in. You still decided to get down with all of this, and you don't even know what the heck you was in for. Trying to act bad. Just because you changed your hairstyle and your clothes don't mean that you know anything about this life. Okay? So, anyway, guys, now as Rock, she left and you got Juliana saying when Rock leaves, we are not done with her. And Joaquin was like, listen, if I were you, I'd worry less about whether we're done with her, right? And far more about whether she's done with you. All right. And it kind of looks like she was kind of like thinking a little bit about what he was saying. I don't know if she's thinking to where she's going to try to have her own little plan. I hope not. But in my minds, I kind of want to say she was a little shook, but I feel like this lady is so full of herself that she probably don't even feel like she needs to be scared. I don't know, guys. Like, it's a very irking type of situation. All right. So now let's see what else we have here. All right. So we have Unique, who takes this freaking guy to a club. He takes Ronnie to the daggone club. And, there's trouble with the bouncer. All right. And at the door, the bouncer don't want to let Ronnie in because of the fact that he's got on jeans and sneakers. Okay. Nobody told him that he has to have a certain type of dress code. I don't know why why Unique would allow this guy to come looking like that. All right. But whatever. So, they get in, right? But as they're going through the door, the bouncer says to Ronnie, things changed since you've been out, convict. Get up to speed. And you could see that this angered Ronnie a lot. All right. And you already know that bouncer is a freaking dead man. Like, he's a dead man. All right. And I'm gonna talk to y'all for a minute about this whole thing. All right, let me just talk to y'all for a minute. So for me, it's so obvious that Ronnie is gonna delete this guy. It's so obvious, okay? But as I'm watching Ronnie, I'm really feeling like I'm not here for this. I'm not interested. I don't want to see it. I'm sorry. Like, the crazy and all of that, like, even just even just that, how he was yelling at the girls, get off me, it's just like, bro, you don't even need to be out in public. And if you're gonna be this crazy, you don't even need to be in the game. Like, where's your head? So he's just one of those people that it's like, you got to be uncomfortable around him all the time. You got to walk on eggshells, stuff like that. It's like, it's just giving me too much of the storyline with BMF. Like, what was the dude that was mad crazy and he shot his mother? Like, I forgot his name. But that right there, like, who wants to be around somebody like that? Because eventually, to me, those kind of guys, they got to get taken out, because ain't nobody gonna want to be living in fear the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And then he's giving me kind of like Lamar vibes. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood for that. I'm not in the mood. Like, I don't want that kind of storyline. Like, I don't know. Like, I would have read K9. Thank you, Steven. I don't know where they're going with him. I just know that he's crazy, and I'm not in the mood for all of that right now. It's just like, because I don't really know how to explain it. I'm just not in the mood. I kind of feel like it's played out. We've seen this story before, and I just don't want to see it again. Like, I would have been more interested in his story if he would have just been the brother who came out, and it's like, okay, I'm ready to just get back in the game, and he did create problems, but he wasn't crazy. Like, that right there is just the part that's getting under my skin, and it's just like, bro, like, come on now. It's just, I don't know. Some of y'all are probably excited, but I'm like, I'm not trying to see this storyline. I'm just not. I'm not trying to see it again. The poor girlfriend and her children need to run. Right. Yeah, Ronnie got to go. Come on, you staring at the TV and ain't nothing on. You got to go. You can't trust this man. We don't even know what's going on in his mind. He don't even talk like that. I'm not like other niggas. Okay, that's fine. We know. Which is why you need to be locked away somewhere. They don't even got to take his behind back to jail. They can take him and put him in a a psychiatric facility or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Put him away. He got to go, y'all. Oh my god. Yeah, OT. This guy, yeah, he's got to go. I'm done. Okay. I need to know Ronnie before him getting locked up. Yeah, I mean, Raising Kanan starting to switch up on us. I'm tired of seeing this tough. Yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying. Bring me something different. Bring me something fresh. I don't need these recycled storylines. Like, I'm done. This man who's always on edge and all of that. Like, no. Not interested. All right, let's move on to something that, let me see. Hold on. So Iconic says, why would he go to the club if he didn't want to be bought? That's what I want to know. Why you go to the club? Shoot. Psych facility don't want that. put him, sedate him. Shoot, they know what to do. So I'm going to talk about this scene right here where Juke goes to see Lulu. And I like this scene because it was accountability involved where, she thought she was just going to go there to straight. She wants to go and have her uncle help her with the music, but she had to let it be known, like, excuse me, sir, you really screwed me over with my song and everything. And I just need to let that be known. And he said, first things first, I just want to apologize. I'm sorry. I want to say sorry about your mom. She was good people. She had her own stuff, but it happens like that in life, this and that. I'm sorry. And she didn't deserve that or whatever. No, he didn't say she didn't deserve that. She said she's sorry about Ziza. She didn't deserve that. And he was like, nobody deserves this life. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in this life? But anyway, the part that I really liked about this whole scene was that we finally get to see Lulu not being drunk. And when his niece tells him about the opportunity that she has, he was so excited, and he was like, oh, you're gonna win, you're gonna do it, you're gonna, like, he automatically just, like, he lit up. He loves music. He lit up. And it just kind of shows you what I was talking about last week, where it's all about when your dreams come true, or if they don't, like, you either gonna be miserable, you know what I'm saying, or or you're not. You're going to be happy because you're living your dream. And as long as he's not doing what he loves to do, this guy is miserable. But look how he came to life when she said, I'm going to, I figured there's nobody better than you to help me out and all of this. And he's like, oh, okay, show me what you got. And when he said to her, oh, you definitely gonna do it. You gonna make all them girls look like this and that. She kind of, looked like she lit up to me as well. And so I just liked it for both of them. Unfortunately, that this ain't gonna go nowhere, especially for her. I don't know what's going to happen to Lou, but let's take the good scenes. as long as they given, let's just take it for what it is. We just gonna have to take what we can. You know what I'm saying? But man, gosh, JB, I hope he makes it to season 4 too. I'm like I told my members, I'm cool with Lulu. I'm good with him. Like I like the layers. You know what I'm saying? I like the layers. So Iconic says, I like this scene. They both need to get back to the music. It was like a therapy session. Yes, I hope Lulu turns it around after this. Me too. All right, so we about to get out of here, guys. So Marvin, he pulls off the daggone hit, y'all. Let me tell you guys something, okay? Marvin done went and stole a daggone postal service truck, okay? Bust through the daggone gate. Can we talk about my mans? Bust through the gate, okay? All right, and just listen. And now he's using D. What's his name again? I don't forgot his name already. Demo. He using Demo as his getaway driver and all of that. And oh my gosh, like I was afraid that when Rock told him you can't miss, I was afraid that maybe it's not that he's gonna miss, but something is gonna happen to Marvin. So when he was, trying to act like he was delivering the mail and all of that, and then when freaking what's his name came out with the baby in his hand, I was like, oh my gosh, they messing it up. I was so nervous. Like I said, I'm not trying to advocate or be happy about Sal going, but I was just like, oh my gosh, he's holding the freaking baby. So Sal gives up the baby, and they're standing there, looking like they're taking a picture or whatever. It's a nice little picture. His wife looking all cute and everything with her, two tones hair color, and it's a happy day that gets freaking ruined because Marvin comes through and bow. And I was like, oh my gosh. But then I had to say, hurry up, run, Marvin, run. Because I was afraid he had to take out another dude. Then you had these other guys chasing after him and all of that. So he had to run through, and you got grown Kanan narrating all of that stuff about this life and how you die, how you live, and so alone. And but don't let nobody lie to you because this life, the living part ain't all it's cracked up to be. Of course, I'm paraphrasing. Okay. But man, it was something. Like I said before last week, I love hearing 50 narrate through this in the beginning of it and in the end. I like it. I really liked his the narration in the beginning where he was saying in this life, they try to tell you to have eyes in the back of your head, but in this life, none of that. It don't matter if you got eyes in the back of your head, because when they coming, they coming. That's just that. Ain't nothing you could do about it. They coming, and it's so funny that every time whatever he talks about in the beginning, like whatever he narrates in the beginning, it actually connects to what happens in the end too. Did y'all notice that? It be connecting. That's why I'm like, yo, whoever's writing this, they really are like, they're using their artistry is dope, in my opinion. Okay, they connecting everything because Sal, it is what it is, right? They coming, ain't nothing he could do about it. And I think Sal knew that as well. Like, okay, yeah, the FBI, they tried to warn me. The only way to get out of this is if I turn informant. You know what I'm saying? He decides I'm not going out like that. And so here it is. They coming. Ain't nothing I could do. I'ma just live my life. I'm not gonna run. Okay. But I was glad that Marvin made it, and I was glad that he actually pulled it off and he was not a screw up. I was like, yay, Marvin. I was clapping for him, even though this is crazy. You don't want, I feel crazy, clapping about it and everything, but it is what it is, y'all. Shoot. What's up, Tamika's Den? Oh, Big Wolf said, who's gonna take Sal's spot? Oh, wow. Let me see something. Before I go, let me just read a few more. So Marvin whipped out Sal eliminate him. Well done. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're saying, Steven. The MVP of Power, he's going to have a good season. Okay. So Iconic says, yes, it connects. It's like Shonda Rhimes type of writing when it comes to the intro and outro narration with Grays. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yup. Good, great comparison. For sure, it connects. I love it. Tamika says narration is on point. Right. I was thinking the same way, Renee. Like, wait a minute. How in the world is this man driving? Like, what's going on here? Renee says maybe only one of Demo's legs don't work. He's a great getaway driver. Right. Okay. What's up, starring Toya? Hi. I don't think I've ever seen you around. Welcome. All right. Yes, please like, share, subscribe. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yes, Marvin did his thing. Clap it up. All right. Mike Conley, what up? I thought maybe his car was made for a handicapped person, but that was a normal truck. If he can't walk, how he driving? Trust me, I thought about that as well. Thank you, Star and Toya. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up. Oh, no, I got one more. Sorry. I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. So listen, guys, you're going to, you would think that at the end, you get, what's the name? Marvin running, and he's feeling like, kind of exhilarated, like, whew, I made it. I got that done. And I wasn't a screw up. You know what I'm saying? But then the last scene shows this lady right here. And anytime, guys, we see scenes like this with this lady and her freaking big eyes, and listen, I'm not saying big eyes like I'm dissing. I think Rock is very pretty. I'm just talking about the fact that them eyes be telling, okay? And if y'all remember how she was looking like a demon in season 1 with that red dress and she was standing on the balcony, that was when she was getting ready to start her whole little Baisley takeover and all of that stuff. And she got her little high rise. She took that idea from Symphony and started doing her thing on the high rises. And she had that look. That same look, y'all. The same freaking look. It may not be as menacing as it was with the red dress, but I'm telling you, this chick is up to something. She's up to something. She's not leaving the game, and I just don't even know what she's gonna do. That's the thing right there that is intriguing me the most about Rock, is that we don't know what the heck she's gonna do at this point. We just don't know. And I'm gonna leave it at that, y'all. Okay, Rock, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm talking about every Friday at midnight, or technically Saturday if you want to call it that. I really, really appreciate you guys. It's always so much fun. Hope to see you guys come back on Sunday when we talk about the episode again. But the least favorite moments, scratching my head moments, which I think we found a scratching my head moments, guys. How the heck is Demo driving? Okay, that is a scratching my head moment. All right, y'all probably already know what my favorite moment is going to be, but we're going to listen to the whole panel, what they're going to say, what they're going to talk about. And I hope to see y'all there Sunday at 8:05. All right, you guys take care and be blessed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.